Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit. This week is our 100th video and we're going to roast a hog in the La Caja China. Stick around!
So we are prepping our 85-pound hog that we're doing today in the La Caja China. We're fortunate enough to have our friends from Right on Cue, Russell Wright, with us, and his daughter, the steak princess, Rylee Wright. First thing we're doing is we're going to split that backbone wide open and butterfly this hog out so we can spread it open and clean up the inside of the hog and start removing some of the silver skin.
You want to be careful because you don't want to cut down in there. Yeah, too much down in there because you're going to be, real close.
At this point, we're going to go ahead and remove the lower portion of the legs with the hoofs, just so we wanted to be sure that it would fit in the box completely. At this point, we're still a little bit unsure. And now we're just moving through and we're going to clean up some of that silver skin, as I said before, trying to peel it back so we can get as much coverage as possible with our rub. At this point, Russell's using the Sawzall to trim out the rib cage to expose some of that meat that's under there, the belly. And again, it's just so we can open that up and be able to get more rub down into the hog.
Be careful because you don't want to go too deep into that. But look at all that good meat right through there. I mean, that's
Cut it off.
That's marble.
So you can see this is a small rack of ribs, really. When you cook a whole hog, you don't really think of eating the ribs as you would typically. We didn't save those. You can absolutely save them if you want to. We're just trying to make everything uniform and, like I said, be able to get down there and open up some of that meat so we could season it. So we had this thing completely cleaned up as far as silver skin. We hosed it down really well, and then we started our injection process. You want to try to hit as much area as possible. I believe for this hog we used about 3/4 of a gallon of the open pit hog injection by Butcher BBQ. Worked really well. We got a good coverage and it give the hog a good flavor. At this point, we took about 4 pounds of loose sausage and packed that spinal cord full to help protect that loin. And then we latticed about 3 pounds of bacon over the backbone to, again, just preserve make that loin juicy and to make sure it didn't dry out. You'll notice later in the video that portion does get a little dark. That's fine. We had no intentions on eating that part. It was just more to protect that loin. At this point, Rylee started applying some of her sweet Rapture steak princess rub, and we began applying the rack that held this hog together. This was pretty easy to do. This was probably pushing the limit of this cooker. It was 85 pounds again, dead weight. Getting these S-hooks on were a little bit of a challenging, but we manipulated enough that it held together very well through the cook process, and it was very easy to maneuver in and out of the box. One thing I would caution you, use gloves that go up to your elbows or long sleeves. The sides of that box are very hot. We've been heating our charcoal up at this point for about a half an hour, and you will bump your arm on the sides of the box and it will burn you. As you can tell, it fit nice and snug.
Yeah, it's hot.
And we're gonna go ahead and put the top on, spread this charcoal out, and we're gonna let it go 1 hour, and we're gonna add about another 8 pounds of charcoal for another hour.
She's in the box.
Get a pig in the box. Woo!
So we're about 5.5 hours in on this hog, and you can see we have hit temperature of about 195. And what we're going to do now is just flip it over and crisp up that skin. This is going to take about a half an hour. Again, you don't have to do this process, but we wanted a presentation on this pig, so we wanted to get it nice and crispy, and so we could snack on it and enjoy the skin as well. And about every square that you see on that cage that's holding the pig, I just scored the skin so it would release some of that moisture and would help it get crisp. So we place the charcoal back on and we wait. So we're about half an hour into this. Our skin's crispy. It's got a beautiful color. Now we're going to lift this out and try to get it into the house without dumping it onto the ground, which actually worked out very well. Like I said, it was very easy to maneuver inside that cage.
Hold on, let's back this up. Let's put that back on.
Okay, so this is our hog all laid out. Rylee, Steak Princess, did a beautiful job on the presentation with this. She worked on this for about 3 hours. It turned out wonderful. The hog, again, looks beautiful. We're going to start cutting into this thing. Okay, everybody, we're here with the Steak Princess. She garnished our whole hog that we did today in the Caja China. She did a great job. What do you think so far? You got your rubs on it?
Looks good.
Looks good? You approve?
I do.
So we're going to try to cut into this thing and give it a little taste and see how your dad and I did. Skin's crunchy.
Sounds good.
See that? It's juicy.
Mark the time.
I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that loin completely out of there.
That's not that nice. No.
There's some cracklings.
That's why they call it the crackling.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Got it out.
Nice.
Do you need another cup?
Get your teeth.
Uh-huh.
Try it a little bit.
Yep.
You gonna try it or not? You gonna use toothpick? Give it a try. Honest opinion.
Juicy.
I know your dad's standing there, but what do you think? But we got most of that loin out of there. We're gonna keep breaking this down and share it with our guests. I think they're really gonna enjoy it.
Get you some. So everybody, get you some.
Woo!